Photo? Yeah. So what we can actually do is constrain the information given to any particular application. So built within the model, yeah, based on your role and your credentials, we would only provide the application with a subset view of the network. So we can control the exposure of information to a third party.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. And other questions that that you mentioned about the subset of the the service or the level of the exposure of your network. So is it possible to make the users to control the level of the exposure? I mean, to customize the usage of the networking in your cloud. I mean,
I'm trying to understand your question. So, are you coming from a consumer perspective or from a supplier perspective in that question?
I mean, that you are. Why is it here is that you are going to control the visibility towards your.
Okay, so we're controlling. We're controlling the information being sent from the network northbound based on an application request, which is controlled by the end consumer, right? Okay. So your question is.
I mean, so is it possible to select the level of the visibility? I mean.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So how you do that? So it has to be sort of. So how do you control the amount of information being given to a third party, effectively? And that requires, at the moment, pre-planning, effectively.
Okay.
What'll be more interesting is how you define that in real time.
Yeah.
One of the key, actually, you really got to a really important part, which is about how do we federate identity and security in the internet model.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's something we don't have today, and that's a real security problem that we're still focused on, and there's no real answer to that today. Okay. I mean, some people are working on things like domain name system, for example, and domain name security. It's reasonably complex, and it actually provides quite an overhead. Using certificates and so forth, to build trusted relationships.
Okay.
And it's how do you build those trusted relationships in the first place?
Okay.
Is key. Does that answer you?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank our keynote speaker again, and I would like to take coffee in room 344, which is next to the registration desk. Thank you.